Heavily Doctrine 2-Swedenborg. 11. Good and truth. All things in the universe, which are according to divine order, have relation to good and truth. There is nothing in heaven, and nothing in the world, which has not relation to these two. The reason is, good and truth proceed from God, from whom all things are. 12. Hence nothing is more important than for man to know what good and truth are, how the one has respect to the other, and how one is conjoined to the other. Such knowledge is especially important for people of church. For as all things of heaven have relation to good and truth, so also all things of the church have relation to good and truth, because the good and truth of heaven are also the good and truth of the church. It is on this account we begin this doctrine on good and truth. 13. It is according to divine order that good and truth should be conjoined, and not separated, thus, that they should be one, and not two. For they proceed in conjunction from God, and are conjoined in heaven, and therefore they should be conjoined in the church. The conjunction of good and truth is called in heaven, the heavenly marriage, for all things in heaven are in this marriage. Hence it is that in the word heaven is compared to a marriage, and that the Lord is called the bridegroom and husband, and heaven and church are called the bride and wife. That heaven and the church are so called, is because they both receive God's good and truths. 14. All the intelligence and wisdom which the angels have is from that marriage, and not any of it from good without truth, nor from truth without good. It is the same with the men of the church. 15. Because the conjunction of good and truth is an image of marriage, it is clear that good loves truth, and truth loves good, and that one desires to be conjoined with the other. People of the church, who has not such love and desire, is not in the heavenly marriage, nor is the church in him. For the conjunction of good and truth constitutes the church. 16. There are many types of good. In general, there is spiritual good and natural good, and both are conjoined in moral good. As goods are manifold, so also are truths, because each truth belongs to a good, and is the form of good. 17. As it is with good and truth, the opposite is the same with evil and falsity. Namely, as all things in the universe according to divine order have relation to good and truth, so all things which are contrary to divine order have relation to evil and falsity. Again, as good loves to be conjoined to truth, and truth loves to be conjoined to good, so does evil loves to be conjoined to falsity, and falsity loves to be conjoined to evil. And since all intelligence and wisdom are born from the conjunction of good and truth, so all insanity and folly are born from the conjunction of evil and falsity. The conjunction of evil and falsity is called the infernal marriage. 18. Since evil and falsity are opposite to good and truth, it is plain that truth cannot be conjoined to evil, nor good to falsity of evil. If truth is adjoined to evil, it is truth no longer, but falsity, because it is falsified. And if good is adjoined to falsity of evil, it is good no longer, but evil, because it is adulterated. But falsity not of evil may be conjoined to good. 19. Those who live in evil, and confirm in its falsity, cannot know what good and truth is, because he then believes his own evil to be good, and thence he believes his falsity to be truth. But those who live in good and confirm in truth may know what evil and falsity are. Because all good and its truth are essentially from heaven, and even if it's not heavenly, it is still from a heavenly origin. But all evil and its falsity are essentially infernal, and even if it's not infernal, it is still from a hellish origin. And all that is heavenly is in spiritual light, but all that is infernal is in spiritual darkness.